feeling it is a huge day today. My name is Turtle Fountain, and I am joined with... Why? Your mic ain't on.
Spoopy, I'm back.
Oh
Okay.
my god, get a load of this guy. Oh my god.
I forgot I was sneezing. My bad.
Oh my god, you were sneezing. How dare you?
That's why I turned off my mic.
Yeah. Chat, we got some crazy news for you today. Alright. Now I know that what you guys are wondering. Emily, I thought Marywood lost that one match, so that means that they're supposed to be in the 3rd and 4th place bracket, not in the finals bracket. Well, I have an answer for you. So we did lose that one match that determined whether or not we went to finals today. However, the school that they went up against got caught cheating! What? Who does that? Dude! So that was absolutely crazy. There was an entire, battle, and there was everything going on. So we were just like, whoa. That's actually crazy. So that other team was disqualified, and we got to sneak on in here. So Marywood is now in the NECC National Finals, baby. Woo! Spoopy, are you excited?
I am very much excited, and I am glad that Marywood got the opportunity to be able to get to the finals because of that. Because that's a little bit, that's a little bit insane on the national level. That's a little bit insane.
Right? I was like, whoa,
yeah.
hey, what's going on there? So it was a very exciting experience. Let's just say that, hearing that we are going to be going to nationals today. And let me tell you, Marywood is not taking that for granted. I am looking at the Overwatch chat right now, and there is 4 billion just paragraphs on paragraphs of them planning different things. So, yeah, they've been very busy this week. They've been very busy this week doing a bunch of strategizing and stuff like that. So I'm ready to see a very good game today.
Oh, I'm ready to see some too, especially with what we know about Marywood Overwatch so far, as we've seen throughout both now just the regional section that they've been through, and now on the national level. This is going to be hopefully one of the best runs that we've seen from a Marywood esports team. One of the best runs that we're about to see. And hopefully they will be able to cap it off tonight. This would be, I'm pretty sure, Marywood esports' first national win.
Yeah.
If they were able to.
Not even just in esports. That's a Marywood University first national title. So that is pretty exciting. As we could see our players here, we got Maynut, a.k.a. Mason, on the top left. In the top right, that is Josh, a.k.a. Downpour. In the bottom left, we have Cell, a.k.a. Shar. And in the bottom right, we have Lewis, a.k.a. Lamb3. To which, it's a weird pronunciation, so I'll just be saying Lewis. So we're chilling. Yeah, these are our players for today. They are super duper ready to go, and I'm very excited to see how they play. Just like you said, it is going to be a crazy game today. Crazy run. Whew, I'm nervous.
I know this is a tight situation right now, because again, Marywood, I'm pretty sure the only last time they've been maybe to the finals or semifinals for nationals, I think that was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago at this point that they went to nationals and they fell short in the semifinals, which was extremely unfortunate. But now this is their first time actually making the finals and actually being able to possibly come away with this, which again, it would be Marywood history in totality, because this would be Marywood's first national championship in its school's history, and also esports' first national win in its history. So it is an insanely impressive feat if they are able to pull this off, which is why today is going to be extremely important. Even more important than the win they got in the regionals. This is going to be even more important.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. But no matter the result, I'm told that everybody's going to be happy, because just getting here, like you said, is a feat and a half.
Incredible feat.
So very exciting. They have been practicing their little tails off. Let's just say that. So do you have any bets on what the first map and hero pick is going to be?
Do we know who's getting the map and hero pick yet?
We are getting the first map pick, and the first ban.
Okay. So I would say first map pick for Marywood. I guess from what I remember, we like to run a lot of like. I'm trying to think what a good first map would be for them right now. It would. I know push is our go-to. Push is good, but I think they want to start it off with a control map. If I were them, because they usually start it off pretty well with control. So I think any of the control maps are a good option for them right now, just because it'll kind of set the pace, kind of understand what the other team is going for. Of course, there's Li Zhang. Li Zhang is the staple of Marywood. We always play Li Zhang. I don't know how many games we played Li Zhang, but it's definitely more than 100. It's definitely more than 100 games that we've played Li Zhang.
Whoa, that's a lot of games.
So I would say Li Zhang is the first map that I think Marywood would try to put in rotation. If not, I think any of the other control maps would be a rotation pick for Marywood. I'd be surprised if they would go for anything else.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see. But so you need to lock in your final answer. What is your final answer for? Hi, Brandon. What's your final answer for?
I'll say Li Zhang. I'll say Li Zhang is going to be their pick for map.
Well, I have some news for you. You are correct! It is Li Zhang Tower! Woo!
I was gonna say, if I do not see the Li Zhang pick as the first map, I would not. I don't know what we would be doing, but Li Zhang is a nice
Tower. Who would have ever guessed?
It's a map that we are extremely comfortable with, and it's a map that it is able to see what the other team is going to run because it allows for multiple different options for each of the maps.
Yeah.
So it's a good way of indicating, okay, what is the other team playing? What is their strategy? What do we need to be ready to ban the next map rotation?
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the ban is.
Yeah. Good news about that. We do have our bans in. So Marywood has banned Juno, and the other team, Stevenson. We're up against Stevenson today. I don't think I ever said that ever.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
I don't think we ever said that. We're up against Stevenson. Stevenson has banned Bastion. So very exciting. Very exciting.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, we were just talking about a message. But I think I know why the Bastion was banned. Because there's been a strat that came out recently. It was in Korea. The Cat Jetpack.
Yep.
Versus the Cat Jetpack and Bastion.
Yeah, and you
fly around and just kill everybody. And I was like, guys, there is no way you are running that trolley-looking comp in nationals. Come on, man.
I've seen it. I've seen it happen, and it does work if you're able to execute it pretty well. But the problem is you have to be very, very coordinated as a jetpack and as the Bastion. And also the Bastion has to be able to actually hit the shots, because sometimes when you're going that fast in the air, you're not going to hit your shot. So
yeah, especially if your jetpack guide is very wavy around and all
very
that.
wavy.
But chat, we have some news for you. Okay, we are on a 3-minute delay this stream. So what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you text in the chat, we will not be able to see it for 3 minutes. So anything time sensitive, don't let it be time sensitive. That's all I have. And yeah, but I'm just trying to think. Stevenson University. I don't know much about this university. All I know is that they are very good, and that it is going to be one heck of a matchup today. So
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm nervous. Y'all saw Brandon walk in here earlier. Brandon, are you nervous? He says he's extremely nervous. He said psych! He's not nervous at all! I like that. Yeah. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon got the Marywood jersey. Y'all see that? Look at that. I forgot
Mine's all the way back home. Mine's all the way back home.
Man, how
room for
could
storage.
you? Yeah, Brandon's
keep
wearing it for us. Look at this. Welcome to Legion Tower.
All right, now
we're gonna be up
big tower.
Big tower.
Yeah, we're in big tower.
Okay, Loki.
Small tower. Small tower.
It's kind of a small
Big tower.
tower in comparison to the big, gigantic tower right now.
Yeah, I get that, but in this case, center tower. But anyways, this map is great because again, it's a center point. There's multiple ways to get into it. You can either go from the front or you can go from the sides. It's also a great control point in general. And I think I'm seeing from Stevenson, they probably are going to do a TP. Oh, no, they're going to just do a TP to get up there. Okay, perfect.
Oh!
We're going to be seeing a Tracer, it looks like. Yeah, we're going to be seeing Tracer, Cass, Ramatra, and Kiri, and Waterbender #1, because I forgot his name.
We got Katara on the team.
Yeah, Katara. But it looks like for Marywood's side, we're having Mason on the Sojourn. We are having May. We are having, it looks like that is Hazard, and we are having Kiri and Lucio. Kiri and Lucio is kind of staple for supports, so it makes sense. But right now, Marywood just kind of needs the control. They need to, keep themselves up right now because Faintus is taking a lot of damage here. And there goes our Hazard. Again, it looks like Marywood kind of was a little bit kind of stable right there. They didn't really want to move anywhere. They couldn't get out of that area, and unfortunately, Faintus wasn't able to get enough support out of that, and it just kind of led to a little snowball there by Stevenson.
Yeah, and we unfortunately did not cap that either.
No, we did not. No, we did not. And it looks like we're going to try and slow down this Ramatra with a double wall. I think that's the strategy here, is that Marywood's trying to go with a double wall strat because we have, again, Hazard, who's able to put up a smaller wall, and then we have May, who can put up the bigger wall. So it's kind of like a nice way of being able to block off who we need. Unfortunately, we see a Tracer ult there. That's going to take down our Sojourn. And unfortunately, right now, Stevenson is kind of just marching down on Marywood at the moment. They used 2 ults there, I believe. They used Kiri ult, and they used Castle, and they used Tracer ult here. So unfortunately, we are seeing some unfortunate things happening right now. But hopefully Marywood will be able to come back, respond, and actually be able to captivate right now because it seems like they're kind of split.
Yeah.
Hazard was dealing with the Cass and the Kiri, but unfortunately the rest of the team was kind of stuck behind line.
He was
not able to do too much. Yeah, this is not looking good so far. Marywood has only been able to get 6% on the point, while Stevenson is currently very much controlling the pace here on this first map, which is never a good sign, especially since Marywood is really good at playing this map. And you see there goes Marywood. They're trying to match up with ults, but unfortunately, just a little bit too much, and that will be a team wipe. Marywood does have beat, they have Hazard, and they do have May ult here to try and walk in and do something. Now, the problem is, will Marywood be able to do so in enough time? Because they're at 90% right now. They're going to try and beat into this and try to use the speed to get onto the point. They're just using whatever ults they can. They do get the Ramatra, which is very, very good play by them. Cass is low. They're kind of separated right now on who they want to focus, and they're kind of kill switching at the moment, as now we see that Marywood does get the point, but they also did lose some people as well. They lost both Kiri and Tracer during that fight. Luckily, though, they were able to kill more Stevenson players, so Stevenson, of course, had to back off. They were able to stagger the Tracer there, which was really good. They were able to, stagger that Tracer behind, so Tracer is going to be just kind of out of this engage. As it looks like we're going to get another castle here. Is he going to use anything for it? Yes, he will. He'll get the May here. They're just going to be charging on point with Kiri ult. And it looks like Stevenson is just going to basically try to rush in here and just finish the job and try to take care of this point. Marywood is just going to do its best to try and stay on the point as long as they can. Stevenson is pushing back. We do try to get a Tracer ult there, but they do cleanse it in enough time. And Stevenson, I am pretty sure, is going to take this first map on this first. Ooh, this is not looking good so far. As Marywood was able to get some cap point there, but unfortunately, Stevenson was just a little bit more aggressive than Marywood with the dives that they were going with. It kind of just seemed like they were decidingly splitting Marywood, you know, kind of in half. So you had like half a team that was either way too far up, or you had half a team that's way too far behind. And unfortunately, when you're playing on a team with Tracer, you got Cass, you got Ron, you got Kiri, they will take advantage of that. They'll try to separate you, they'll try to pick you off, and then they'll try to just roll on the rest of the team. That's basically the whole strategy we've been seeing from Stevenson. So, all right. So now we are on the second point. And we will be seeing, oh, wait, I think I can't see anything. I'm just perpetually looking out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, we really...
Well, right now, I'm just going to go by the HP. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
It seems like, yeah, Feint just went down there. We are playing the Orisa. We are playing also... I forget his name, but it's fine. Cyborg. But Orisa went down there in the first fight, which was very unfortunate for Marywood, as now Stevenson will take the first portion of this map already. So now I'm going to hopefully see that Marywood tries to push in here, maybe try to like play up a little bit. They do get the Cass here. Good shot there by the Emery, as Tracer is going to just reach free here. Marywood is going to be able to get an advantage here. They do get 3 here, as now we see Marywood's going to take control of the point. Again, they just need to kind of get used to it. They did switch to Orisa, they did switch to Mora, and it looks like they did switch to Reaper and Emery. I think this was a good decision because it allows Marywood to kind of control the ROM push. So that way the ROM push isn't forcibly going all the way behind them, and it's actually kind of keeping them in place. We do see another one go down, as Marywood is kind of fighting back here. They are fighting back, and they're keeping this thing absolutely as close as they can. Marywood is doing a lot better now on this point. I guess it was just the comp change they needed right now.
Yeah.
Because this looks a lot better from Marywood than it did in that first point. As now Marywood is going to be controlling what they can at the door. There's the Kiri rush. Are they going to be able to get something? They get 2 here. They get 3 here. Are they going to go for the 4? They do jump off the map, so count it as 4. But now Marywood, they do have an ult here. Now, unfortunately, Stevenson does have 3 ults here. They do have Cass, they do have Tracer, but you could avoid both of them. Now, the ROM ult, though, that is going to be the one that we're going to see Stevenson probably utilize. But we do have the Emery ult, so it could control it. We'll have to just see what Marywood does here. Right now, just play it smart. Make sure that we don't get backlined here like the Tracer's doing right now. There goes that ult, as it does take down the Emery. But it looks like we're still in control of the point. There's High Noon. As we're just going to kind of sit here. We're just going to hold the point as long as we can at this point. And we're able to get it up to about 86%. Unfortunately, though, will he get a kill here somehow? Almost gets the kill. Yeah, a little bit of ult charge, but also going for just a pick in general. You might as well if you're stuck up there. Now Stevenson does have control, but they only have ROM ult and they have Waterbender ult. But Marywood does have the advantage here. It looks like we do get a kill. I think that was on Tracer.
Yes.
Funny enough. So Marywood is going to try and take a initiative here. Unfortunately, the Cash just kills 2. And that basically went up to nothing. Unfortunately, Marywood was not able to take advantage of that Tracer kill there. As we're just going to be kind of just building ult here, trying to get some ult charge. Now we have 3 ults online for Stevenson. Marywood only has 2 at the moment. I would just try to play this as smart as you can. Make sure you are not pushing in too far here. as it looks like Rom is kind of stuck here with Orisa. Are they going to be able to take down the Rom? They will. They're going to be pushing up. They do get the Fury off the map, but I think she's going to just TP.
Oh.
Unfortunately, a late beat there, trying to save. Yeah, a little bit of a late beat there to try and save the Orisa ult. But unfortunately, unless we see a miracle happen here, I don't think Marywood will be able to keep this map up. Well, we do see, though, that a Sombra goes on point, but unfortunately she just gets killed. Arisa's going to try and touch, but it's just a little bit
on
too late.
it. Oh. Man.
As now we will see Marywood go down 1-0 here. They will be trailing Stevenson to start this. It is just kind of rough at the moment because, again, that ROM is very much controlling that whole push. It just seems like Marywood's kind of a little bit scattered. They're kind of in separate places, fighting separate, people. Because, we had, like, for example, we had, like, the Orisa and the Lucio trying to fight the Rom and the Kiri. Meanwhile, the other side of the team is trying to push up, but they're not able to because of, like, the Tracer and the Cass basically gunning them down the whole time. So far, it hasn't been, like, too great, and it hasn't been at all, like, a great point for Marywood so far. But again, they do get to keep the map pick and ban, I believe, because of the fact that they lost.
We pick the next map.
Yeah, so we will see kind of how Marywood will decide to go about this and who to ban. If I was them, I would definitely try to ban at least the Cass, because that Cass was definitely going off a little bit on them.
Yeah.
That Cass was getting some really good shots in there, so we'll have to see.
I mean, who knows? We might also see a Cass ban,
Yeah, exactly. Is
that what you
either
said?
Cass ban. Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that's exactly what you just said, and I just ignored it. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it.
No. And the only other thing I'll say is if it's not a Cass ban, then I would see maybe a Ramatra ban, because Ramatra was also really strong for them. Or Kiri. We could see a Kiri ban. We could see that.
Yeah, we could. I mean, what healers were they running again?
They were running a Rom, Tracer, Cass, the Waterbender, and
Wu Yang. Man, okay, I'm low-key surprised with the Wu Yang pick because I don't think he's the strongest at the moment.
Well, whoever was playing that Wu Yang was playing him really, really well.
Yeah, they know how to play him.
They were doing a really good job with being able to control that pace. And unfortunately, Marywood was just kind of a little bit too late on some of their decisions, either trying to push up at the wrong time or just using ults at the wrong time as well, and it just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will see kind of an adjustment here by Marywood, maybe changing up the strategy, maybe changing up what they want to run, and maybe we'll see a different map pick, because maybe they'll try to take them on something that's a little bit more centralized for what Marywood wants to play. Because Lijiang is kind of like a very default map where you can kind of play a lot of different things onto Lijiang, and it will probably work as long as you are like synergized enough for it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they do for map pick here. We're gonna see.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm very much nervous as well. And again, this is a best of 7. Yeah. So they do have, again, you have to win 4 games to be able to win it all. So hopefully Marywood will kind of figure it out here, try to, make a comeback here and try to, like, set the pace here instead of letting Stevenson set the pace. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I'm trying to see if we have any, band picks yet or anything, but not really. No, we do not. But we're gonna find out sooner or later. I'm trying to think what happened. Oh, guess what happened on campus yesterday?
What happened?
We had a fireworks show. They set up.
I'm gone.
Yeah. You leave, and then they have like the coolest stuff. But they had they roped off like a good half of the art field, and they set off the fireworks right there. So if you were standing right where it was roped off, you were directly under the fireworks, and it was the coolest thing.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Wow.
Yeah, but the best part about that is the gigantic worm I saw on the sidewalk afterwards. I have to search out this.
The gigantic worm on the sidewalk
I saw
somehow
a
beats
huge-
out the fireworks.
Look at this. There's my hand.
Oh, that is actually big. Oh my
No, the worm is
god.
like, this is my hand. The worm was like 2 of my hands. So, chat, everybody do this with me so I don't look dumb. Put both of your hands like this, right? That's the size of the worm. That's how big the worm was.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, and then I texted my dad that, and he's like, "That's good fishing bait." And I was like, "Okay, one, you're not wrong, but like, come on, man."
I mean, that would catch a big fish, probably. It's not wrong.
Probably, if I was a fish,
Probably.
I'd be tempted if I was a fish. I'd be like, man,
That's a whole lunch. A whole lunch
That
and
was a
dinner
huge
right
worm.
there.
That was the biggest worm I've ever seen. And you want to know the best part? We saw 2 of those. We saw 2 gigantic worms. So I guess
You can catch 2 big fish.
did we get 2 big fish? I guess that like, the fireworks made the worms think that there was like rain or something and had them crawl out. But like, man, it was absolutely crazy. They had, you know how fireworks shows have like, you know, the regular fireworks, then they have like the finale. I'm pretty sure that this fireworks show was just 3 finales back to back to back. It was just constant fireworks. I was like, oh my.
I guess that's fair. I guess that's fair.
Like,
they just want to go out with a bang. Literally.
And that they did. Well, I have good news for you. We have a map. We didn't. We haven't played on this map a lot.
Okay, that's interesting.
We haven't played on this map a lot. Let's just say that.
I'm assuming there's a strategy behind it.
I guess. So, drum roll, please.
I'm drum rolling.
Atlas.
Oh yeah, we played Atlas during regional finals. I remember that.
Did we?
Yeah. So yeah, we did. We played Atlas one time.
Oh, okay. Did we?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we did.
Phewie. Good.
Now, with this map, I'm pretty sure it is a Flashpoint map. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so this fits Marywood's style very well because this is more of a rush-oriented rather than a brawl-oriented. So this is going to be a major tell if Marywood will be able to run their rush comp. Maybe, possibly, their Zarya bubbling, unless that has been kind of thrown out the window now. But we'll have to see what Marywood decides here. It depends also on their ban pick because I don't know who they're going to... It's either they ban the Cass or they ban the Rom. So we'll see.
We're waiting on bans. They're taking forever.
Yeah, they're probably thinking of who to ban and also like who to ban after that. Sorry, Jesus, that was tired.
Well, there's Atlas. Woo!
Still, yeah, I'm assuming they'll either ban like Cass, or they'll just ban like Ramatra or Kiri.
Yeah.
Or
Who
Wu
do you
Yang.
think Stevenson is gonna ban?
It might be a thing where they just ban whoever Mason's on because that happened a lot with other teams. It might be just a thing.
What about our Lucio? Lucio's pretty good.
Or Lucio. That I was gonna say either that or Lucio. I could see them banning because of the rush because of Flashpoint. Yeah, because they might ban the Lucio because of Flashpoint because they probably know that like if they've done their scouting, they would know that Marywood runs.
If
Lucio.
they ban Lucio for us, then they also ban Lucio for themselves. And I know that, you know, on these Flashpoint maps, you definitely want a Lucio.
True. Yeah, you do want a Lucio. You would the only other one you could play if you can't play Lucio is Juno. That's the only other one you can play to be able to speed people.
Oh, we have the ban.
Who's the ban?
Stevenson banned Malga.
Okay. Interesting.
Right? I'm kind of confused. You know what I'm thinking they're doing? I'm thinking they're doing one of those, putting like a throwaway ban in there. so that when we're in like later rounds, they can have like, their real bans. That's
they can have the actual bans that matter. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows? But they're loading into the map here. They're loading into the map. Get excited, everybody!
Do we have a Marywood? Do we have a Marywood ban?
Oh! Yes, we banned Cassidy.
I called it. Yeah, I called it. Yeah, because I'm like, he was kind of like torching. He was torching out there. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. You know, I have some theories on all of our bans, but I'm not going to say anything. I know there's like a 3-minute delay, but still, you never know.
True. That's true. But
I think everybody's on.
We'll figure it out.
Load it faster! Load it faster! Load it faster! I'm going to start spamming emotes. I'm going to start spamming emote. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh, emote!
Oh, not the random emo in the corner.
Oh, come on, it's funny. Look at this one. This one's cute.
No, it is.
And then we added a new one.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Right? I like that one. I like that one. That was, I think it was when they won finals. That was,
they won the
Lewis's
regional
reaction.
finals. Yeah.
And that was funny. Let's just say that. That was funny. Ooh, do you hear that?
Yeah.
You hear that noise?
Yeah, I did.
That means they're getting on in here. Let's go, baby. Woo!
All right, here we go. Atlas. One of the newer maps, also a Flashpoint map. So again, new map, newer game mode. So
yeah, look at this
it's
map.
a very, from what I've seen before about it, it's a very cool map. It's a very nicely designed map.
Ooh.
And again, Flashpoint means there's multiple points, and they have to go to each of these points. And to be able to win, they have to win 3 of them. I'm pretty sure you have to win 3 points. So they have to go around the map and to different points, and to be able to capture them and win each point. As the whole point of the game. As yes, we are seeing Marywood run a rush comp. Yeah, they are running a rush comp here. They got Junker Queen, they got Lucio. They have the Mora. They have also, it looks like they're going to be running the Reaper and May. So they're going to be trying to close off their tank. And on the other side, oh no. The other side, I am seeing, oh, never mind, they're not doing it.
Okay.
I saw the Jetpack Cat and I saw the Bastion. I saw Jetpack Cat and Bastion and I was very concerned.
Here we go.
No, we're seeing a Juno here. So they are not running a Lucio. They're running Juno on Stevenson.
Okay.
And they're also running Brig. So for that kind of probably for anti-dive. Though they will kind of already get the Ramatra pretty low here. As the Ramatra is already down low, but it looks like he's getting supported pretty well here.
Oh!
He is low, and they do get the kill on Ramatra. Very good early kill. And the Tracer here. Good hold here by Marywood, and a great first interaction here to get the ROM closed off and low, and then immediately going for the Tracer right after. So good job by Marywood to control that point. As now they're going to kind of just hold this door to hopefully kind of keep everything in line. But again, if this strategy by Marywood works, then they might have to direct their map choices to more maps that are rush-oriented, or hope for more maps that are rush-oriented. As they're able to close off the ROM yet again, they might actually get another kill on the ROM here. They actually are very close to doing so. Unfortunately, I think it's just too... unfortunately, he just survived it a little bit too long.
Oh!
Mora goes down here, unfortunately. It just took a little bit too much. Tried to use ult there, but unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late and a little bit too often. As Emery is ulting at the moment, not really able to get much with it. No, unfortunately, the Lucio goes down right at the end. And it looks like Marywood is kind of slowly falling apart here. But it seems that Marywood's going to also just try to keep on the point for right now. Try to get it towards probably 99 and just force an overtime. And they will force the overtime here. So yeah, literally all Marywood needs to do now is just touch the point and get it back, and they win the point. So now it's just up to Marywood to come together here, make sure they do not stagger, and just to like capture the point. That's all they got to really do here to get the first flashpoint.
Easier said than done over there.
It is easier said than done, as we see the Tracer miss ult, unfortunately. Tried to go for ult there, missed it completely.
No, that's not unfortunate.
And
that's
they do recall. Well, unfortunately for that Tracer, but very fortunate for us, as that Tracer will go down, and so I think is this Juno, as yes, the Juno does go down and goes down the Kiri. Yeah, Marywood's going to be able to immediately snap right after that Tracer ult failed, and they are able to take back this point. And again, since they already initiated overtime, it goes a little bit faster. So, boom, now we get our first flashpoint. And so far, so good for Marywood here. Their rush comp is working a lot better now that they are on a map that actually helps with it. Because Lijiang isn't necessarily a fully rush map, so it doesn't help with it a lot. So I think this is a great idea here by Marywood to kind of just play a map that you know you are probably going to win on if you play rush.
Oh,
and we see a beautiful ult here, and that's going to be 3 and 4. That was a great ult by the Reaper. Honestly, great choice because it takes advantage of the fact that they all are going to be running into the Kiri ult to get that extra healing, the extra speed, and the extra attack damage. So it makes a lot of sense that they want to run into that. And that was a beautiful play by Maynut there. He did go down during it, but he was able to get 3, which ultimately set up Marywood to be able to capture this point. It was a sacrifice that needed to happen. As we're going to see a Mora ult here, and we are going to also see a Juno ult. It's kind of just a support ult to support ult kind of understanding that's happening right now. I think, unfortunately, Marywood might go down here because of the amount of ults that were thrown, because we had Emery ult and the Juno ult. It seems like he was trying to go for the touch there to extend it, but unfortunately just a little bit too late on that touch. As Marywood will get it to about 37% here. Again, Stevenson does have 2 ults online. They have a Sojourn now, actually. They switched off of the, I believe it was, I'm trying to remember who it was. But they were on, like, not Sojourn.
Yeah.
But they have Sojourn now, and they're actually going to be able to maybe kill the Sojourn here before ult, and they do. They are going to freeze the Ram here, but unfortunately just got too close to that Ram. And the game closed.
What was that? Hold on, let me...
And it restarted. I think there was a glitch in the game where it accidentally restarted. That might be an Overwatch thing. Because usually that doesn't happen unless Overwatch has, like, issues. Like, server issues.
Yeah, that's really strange. I'm going to be... The server closed.
Yeah, it's probably a thing where
everyone's spamming small indie company.
Yeah, small indie company. But I think no, it must be a thing where like the server accidentally closed and it just restarted the game. So unfortunately, I don't know what the ruling would be here. It might be a thing where it ends up just
I think they're gonna start
like
over.
we just
they have to. Like.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The only other ruling I could think of is they just let, like, you take the first point and then you just fight out the second point. Like, Marywood would get that first point back, and then we would just have to fight for the second point again.
Yeah, there's some outages being reported on Overwatch.
Oh, then that's probably...
checking the rule book right now. This is so weird. This is so weird.
That is
sorry, everybody in the audience. We are... Yeah, we're doing that.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to figure that out because I think this has only happened like one other time in Marywood, at least Overwatch, because it happened like one time, and the ruling for it was I'm pretty sure we just ended up like redoing the game. So
yeah, they're checking the rule book right now, and they have opened a NECC ticket, so they're gonna have an official come in and tell them what to do. Also said it's fair to everybody.
Yeah. It might. I would say it might end up being where Marywood does just get given the first point. Like Marywood takes the first point without like fighting or anything, and then then from then on they fight.
Yeah. We don't really know.
That might be the ruling.
Stevenson is saying that they might say to just like restart. Stevenson's good for they're both being added to the ticket. So hey, it'll NECC is going to rule on it and do what is fair for both teams, so we're just going to wait for that.
That's fair.
But in the meantime, we were seeing some really good plays there with the rush comp we were
Yes, we were. It was actually working out a lot better for Marywood there. It was starting to work a lot better than it did on Lijiang, because they tried it on Lijiang, but the problem with Lijiang is that they didn't do it aggressive enough. They kind of stayed in a point in together a lot of times, or they would be separated from each other a lot of the time, and it just kind of didn't utilize the rush as well. And unfortunately, I mean, Stevenson just took advantage of that and immediately just kind of stomped that out.
You know, they might have been nervous as well. Maybe
That's
now they're getting into the swing of it. For everybody that just joined, we are currently waiting for a NECC ruling on what just happened because the server unexpectedly closed for both of them. Which sucks because everybody was doing great. I know Stevenson was doing good. We were doing good. Man.
You know, Stevenson was starting to make a push there, and then all of a sudden, you know, just it just kind of fell flat because of the servers. So, small indie company, by the way.
Small indie company. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Actually, I might take this advantage now and make myself like a cup of tea for my throat. Let me go do that.
Okay.
Might as well take that advantage.
We are waiting. Okay, at the moment they are saying that if they all agree, they all have the choice to play it out. That seems to be what is in favor, as both Stevenson and Marywood are agreeing to that. So they might just play it out, but they are still waiting for the NECC official to come in and tell them what to do. But they can always vote to just solve it themselves if they choose to do that. So yeah, we're just waiting. Chat, how's your day going? I see Joss in the chat. How you doing? Joss is on the gold team. Shout out Joss. And it is the end of the semester. Today is officially the last day of Marywood's semester. And I'm sure that the number one thing everybody wants to do right now is be in school, staying until the absolute last moment, not leaving early. But hey, you're in NECC Nationals. I say that's worth delaying your drive home by a day. I say that's pretty cool. But yeah, last day of the semester. We have a lot of hangout plans after this, whether they win or lose. We're going to be having some fun, you know, just hanging out together, the whole 9 yards, all that. So yeah, if it's the end of your semester or nearing the end of your semester, good luck on finals. Oh, okay. The NECC official has ruled that they should replay the map. Okay. Sounds good to me. I know it sucks that Marywood had that first point, and I'm sure they would have loved to keep that, but unfortunately they were doing what is fair for everybody. So we are back in it. Everybody has very happy faces because they are so happy that this happened. I bet they are. So this was the first point that they capped, and then the next point was, I don't really remember where it was. It doesn't really matter because we're playing something new. Look at how pretty this map is.
Right.
And it looks
I'm
like
back just in enough time.
Yeah, the NECC just ruled that they should just replay the map. Everybody agreed.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And it looks like both schools so far are going to be running the same comp. So they're keeping.
Yeah, I was probably gonna say it should be a gentleman's rule where they just play out the comp, because like they could like Stevenson could have easily just decided, hey, I'm gonna just switch
and we
my
could have
comp
done
now.
that also, but you know, both sides are being good sports and they are keeping their characters picked.
Well,
so.
actually, wait, the Orissa's different, so maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Charger?
Orissa, they had whatchamacallit, Rom.
Oh, alright. Well, hey.
Well, we're going to see what happens here as, now they're on a stronger push with the Orisa. And Emery gets a 4K, is that?
Wow.
Yeah, they get a 4K here. As, unfortunately, this time around, Stevenson will be able to capture the first point early. Not Marywood. As I think, Stevenson decided just to switch it up. As, now Marywood's going to switch it up as a result. And they are going to go with Zarya. They're sticking with everyone else, but they are switching the tank to match with the Orisa. Because, again, Orisa's very weak against the Zarya. So we'll have to see here. And it seems like we're kind of just stuck in this corner right now. We're kind of waiting for a pick, which is what Marywood is doing. So we'll have to see if they're able to. And unfortunately, not the case. They do trade. But unfortunately, down goes our tank.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's not looking too great here. They will try to kind of section off to be able to move back here. But unfortunately, they're not getting a great push at the moment. And it seems like Stevenson might actually take the first point this time.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like we're going to be pushing in. They're going to Orisa ult. They are able to get 2 with the Emery ult as well. Or just Emery? No, it's just Emery. No Emery ult. And it seems like Marywood's going to try and touch point here and do something about it. But they do get the Kiri. They are able to get the Juno, so there's no supports at all. I think the Lucio's about to roll out here into the fight. He is. We still do have supports on point. Unfortunately, there goes Sojourn with that. We do have May. May is going to just try and hold out. Basically, Mary was just trying to hold out for something.
Yeah!
But unfortunately, you got off the point, and Stevenson was able to take the first point this time around. So, now, again, it is flipped. Now, Marywood is at the disadvantage here. They do not have the first point. And now they'll have to be running into the second point, trying to see if they can even the odds. Basically the opposite of Stevenson, and they do get another good Reaper ult this time around, just like last time. Except last time, now they are able to get control of the second point. So it's kind of a little bit of a flip from last time, because Stevenson was able to get control first in the second point, rather than Marywood getting control first now. So we'll see how this works.
That was cool.
I forgot that's a thing. Yeah, I forgot that's the thing he can do, and also that is just beautiful. As Emery will go down here, Reaper is on a tear at the moment. Of course, that's Mason, so Mason is always on a tear no matter who he plays. And we're going to be seeing what Stevenson will do here as a result, and he's going to do it again for good luck.
That was cool.
I guess it's like a good luck charm of like, I'm going to kill someone.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to get out of the ult. Unfortunately, down goes our Lucio, because the Lucio is unfortunately a little bit too far up there. We do get a kill on the Sojourn, I think. Yes, we do. So now we have our Sojourn on the field. Orisa is going to be low here. Will they get a push here? We'll have to see. Unfortunately, no. But, again, Marywood was able to start off strong here. They got 80% on this point. Again, great start by them. And this is, again, a little bit opposite of what happened on the second point. So, like, this is kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. This is kind of funny that it's the opposite of the first two points. But right now, all Marywood needs to do is just build up these ults and just push. But, again, Stevenson also has some ults. So they have to make sure they use them. They have to make sure they use these ults correctly. They don't have Orisa ult, though. There is a boop on the Orisa. I don't know if that Orisa fell. No, she did not, actually. She actually went into the back line. Yeah, it was close, but that Orisa basically went straight into the back line as a result.
Not good.
That was unfortunately a team kill, as no one from Stevenson went down during that whole fight. But Marywood didn't use any ults. Marywood did not use any ults, and Stevenson used, I think that's 3 ults they used for that point.
Hopefully Marywood's going to cap it back.
Yeah, I would say that, honestly, Marywood should have an advantage here, and they will. We're gonna see an ult here. They are able to use. There we see in the corner. Our Grav really hit a lot of them up on the top there, and we were able to take captive of that. Again, we do have advantage here. We still have 2 ults on the table, possibly 3 with the Lucio ult. we're just kind of playing up the force to C to make sure no one touches. And yeah, this is the opposite of what happened. Marywood will take the second point here, and they will take this advantage. They are kind of on an ult advantage right now because they do have basically 3 ults online, while Stevenson only has 1, maybe 2 ults online.
They're going to be getting 2 kind of soon?
Yeah, kind of. But Marywood is now going to be moving on to the next point, and they are going to be trying to hold this little kind of center section here. We'll kind of see. That was, again, a great ult, by the way, by our Zarya, by the way. That was beautiful because it basically took advantage of whoever was up on the high ground and kept them there while they basically tore down the Orisa. So, again, the Orisa is weak when you kind of don't have too much of a defense around her. So, especially with Zarya, because Zarya beams Orisa really well.
That's
so we'll have to see how they respond. Again, that is just really sick of a gun model in general by Overwatch for Reaper. That's kind of insane. All right, and then we will see Marywood is going to try and just kind of poke up a little bit, it seems. I probably wouldn't try to poke too far, though, because, again, you'll get picked off. That's unfortunately what just happened here. It seems like Mason is waiting for the right opportunity. Probably going to get the kill maybe on Juno.
To get that Juno. Oh, man.
Unfortunately, no dice. He's just going to probably get on the point and just force it. And he's going to do the TP on the ground strat where maybe people look away, but unfortunately they were looking right at him. They are able to get more than halfway on that point, so not bad by Marywood without even using any ults, by the way. They didn't use any during that whole time. So good job by Marywood to hold that ground and to be able to do that without having any ults. Now Stevenson, on the other hand, is about to have all their ults. We're very close to having all of our ults, but unfortunately our Zarya is not completely there yet. Alright, now we will see how Marywood will respond. There's the Orisa ult. There goes the Reaper ult to kill 2. Kill 3. Possibly 4 if you can get the Emery. Nope, because the Orisa and Emery cleaned that up. That's unfortunate. They only used the Orisa ult 2 on that, which is crazy.
Ooh, wow.
And we used Reaper ult, so it was kind of a trade, but we'll see if Marywood will even get a touch. They might try with Beat. I have a feeling they might try this. Yeah, they will. They're going to try this with Beat. I mean, you might as well.
Yeah.
They are going to use Juno ult here. I think we're going to see an ult barrage here soon. They do get the Kiri here. It looks like we might see a Soj. They are going to get the Soj here. But unfortunately, it was just a little bit too late by Mason. Again, if that Sojourner was killed a little bit earlier, there would have possibly been a nice little fight back there. Again, Marywood does kind of still have an ult advantage here, it looks like. They still have about 2 ults here, about to be 3. So
yeah, and
I think they just needed to use their ult a little bit sooner.
For Flashpoint, right? Or is it first to 4?
I think it's first to 3, if I'm pretty sure, because it's 5. There's 5 different flashpoints. As we do see a grab really early here, they do get a kill based off of it. They were able to get the Kiri kill, but unfortunately, they're just going to use the Kiri advantage here and just use Kiri ult because they did take down the other Kiri. But now they know that Kiri is definitely going to have ult. And we will hopefully see this Orisa go down. Please get this Orisa down, and we do. That would have been not great if Maynut went down there with the Orisa. As now, Marywood again is going to be trying to defend here. We only have 2 ults online. Stevenson's going to have 3, so this is going to be a little bit of who's going to use their ults a little bit better here. Because we're going to have our Reaper ult. And again, Reaper ult could change this. Like if they decide to commit to an ult here and Reaper comes in and uses his ult, it could change it, and unfortunately, Reaper goes down. He died with his ult, so he did Ajax a little bit, which is unfortunate.
Uh-oh, Kiri ult being used here.
Kiri ult is being used. They're going to try and push in, it seems like. Again, Marywood's controlling it actually pretty well with this beat.
Yeah.
They are going to use Orisa ult. They don't get anything out of it, it looks like. Mason is going to be coming back. Again, he doesn't have, unfortunately, our ult. Our Reaper ult here because he unfortunately died with it. But we will possibly be seeing Marywood defend this pretty well, actually. We'll have to see here how Marywood is able to defend this. There goes our Sojourn,
no.
And it seems like Stevenson's kind of pinching in and closing in on Marywood here. They do get the point taken over, and unfortunately down goes Marywood here after a good stand to try and take over that point. Again, they still have a chance here.
99.
They still have a chance here. They do still have a chance here. Unfortunately, Stevenson has 3 ults online now. Marywood will have 2, maybe 3 if the Kiri is able to get some ult charge here. We'll have to see. But it's all dependent on how well we use these ults. It is going to be very dependent. Emery's going to start off with an ult very early. If I was Marywood, I would just back off a little bit here. And it seems like they are. And that's smart because, again, that's just a waste of an ult at that point, as it didn't really kill anybody. So now Marywood's kind of at an advantage here with their ults. So we'll see kind of what happens. And unfortunately, the Emery was able to kind of sneak in there and get some needed kills. And it seems like, unfortunately, I think Marywood is going to go down here, as I don't believe they're going to be able to touch point in just enough time, as this will close out Flash.
We're playing ball!
Oh, wait. Ball is going to maybe touch. Yes, it will. Ball's going to go for the touch here, just to see if we can at least do something. Maybe spam some ults or something. We'll see what happens, honestly. I'm really wanting to see what happens here. Ball's going to try and do something just to spam some time. It's working to an extent because he's still up and he still has a lot of health, and there goes the ball. Unfortunately, we have Sombra now. Now we have Sombra. At this point, they're just trying to look for a pick, and there goes, unfortunately, that, as no one was on the point. As down goes Marywood.
Man.
That will make it a 2-0 game. Unfortunately, Marywood is down right now in the finals, 2-0, especially after the ruling. But, again, to be fair, it kind of evened out after the ruling because each team got 1-1 anyways. Yeah. So it was kind of just like it never happened, and we were just playing right after that point. So, I mean, it was basically a fair enough game as is. Crazy. But, again, now Stevenson is up 2-0. This is unfortunate and not in a great position for Marywood. But, again, they do have map pick, and they do get also a ban. So we'll have to see what Marywood will kind of decide here. Again, it seems like parts of their rush were working. Now, of course, Stevenson did switch their strategy after the ruling, so they did switch to a Orisa, which is totally fair because then we switched to Zarya. So we'll see how Marywood does their bans here, and maybe they try to ban like the Orisa or Rom. I would see the Orisa or Rom getting banned here instead, because their tank is definitely taking advantage of some very important things.
Yeah, we're just waiting here for the next stuff, you know. Woo!
Pretty much. But there we go. All notifications. You.
Right.
But,
my phone is going off. Everything's going off.
I know.
There's so much stuff happening. Man. Well, it is best of 7 today.
Yeah, so there's the chance. Again, there is a very big chance that Marywood could like pull it together here, find a comp that they like, and just stick with it, and then they run it until like they win. It is very possible. It's just they have to find the comp that works with this team. And hopefully we will see that. We'll have to see what they decide. Okay, but hopefully we will see some better plays from Marywood here. We'll see what they come up with. All right.
We're waiting on map picks.
Map picks, got it. I would see Marywood just picking another rush map and just trying to see what they can do here.
Yeah. Oh, we have a map pick.
All right.
Ready?
What do we got?
Coliseo.
That's another map for Marywood. That's decent for them.
Woo! Well, that's exciting. Coliseo is definitely a favorite this season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Push maps are relatively great, though.
I'm waiting
again.
On both bands.
Both bands.
Say anything.
God.
But we have one ban. I'll leave everyone in suspense.
Oh, we're gonna wait until the next one.
Yeah. I ain't telling nobody yet.
That's completely fair. But yeah, usually with push maps, it's one of two things. You could run a rush comp, or you could just run like a very brawly comp to try and like just out-brawl each other. Which it seems like that's kind of the strategy that Stevenson's been going for, is they've been running primarily brawl comps. They've been playing like, they've had two people at range, and then they have like the Orisa just in your face, and then they'll have like the supports to be able to support that Orisa and keep the Orisa up. So, and the same thing with Rom. Rom's the same way. Rom's all up in your face, and he will block everything when he needs to, and he will take a lot of damage, and he's able to be sustained for a pretty long time if you do it correctly.
Yeah. So what do you think we're going to be seeing this round with Coliseo?
Coliseo, I would hope to see that. I would hope to see that they actually like. Also, I'm hearing double. Wait, what?
What kind of echo?
Just an echo in general. Okay, wait. Oh, no, I am now.
Why is there suddenly an echo?
Yeah, I that's so weird.
It's like
is it like from like
hello?
Is it coming from me, or is it coming from someone else?
Wait, now it's not here.
Weird.
Huh. Yeah,
well, it's like I can hear it. Yeah, we're gonna ignore that the best we can. Okay.
Yep.
Anyways,
Coliseo. But hey, we got both our bands now.
Okay, we can talk about the bands then. What do we got?
We have banned Wu Yang, and
that's
Stevenson
fair. Yep.
has banned Reaper. Uh-oh.
That also,
wow.
Yeah, that's also fair. But no. The Wu Yang pick is fair because they don't want them running the brawl comp that they ran on Li Zhang, where they had the Wu Yang, and the Wu Yang was working really well. So we'll have to see.
You know, we need a Jeopardy song going.
Pretty much, yeah, we do.
They're saying ready up in the chat, but you know, we got really good tacos today for dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
What type did you get?
Birria, of course. Birria tacos.
I was gonna say if there's
what
birria,
other
then
kind of taco am I gonna eat? No, I'm kidding. I eat like all kinds of tacos. They're very good. It's meat and bread. Two of my favorite things.
And sauce.
And sauce.
And sauce. No, I love that. But my all-time favorite, I would say, is enchiladas. I love enchiladas. They're so.
Enchiladas are really good.
They are so good, especially done correctly and authentic. They are really good.
Enchiladas. What else do I like? You know what I've never had?
What?
A tamale.
They are really good.
So I've heard.
They're very good. I would recommend it.
I need to. It would be pretty ideal.
No, I love that. But another one's like chimichangas. Chimichangas are really good too.
I've also never had one of those.
They are basically like they're like a bigger version of burritos. They're like
I like burritos.
They put a lot into it. Also, it's like a fried tortilla instead.
Oh, hey, the burrito tacos have they're fried tortillas as well.
Yeah.
I like them fried like that because they puff up. I like when they puff up all nice.
Yeah. But basically, chimichanga is just a deep fried burrito. That's basically the best way to think about it. Is you just deep fry a burrito. Yeah, it's just that it's just a little bit fried, and that's it.
Interesting. Buenas. Interesting. We got 10 seconds, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we got 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds.
All right, get me out of here. We're done with
All right, Coliseo. We'll see what we're running. Oh, we're running a dive comp.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like we're running a dive, and it looks like they're running, I'm pretty sure that's a brawl. I'm pretty certain. So it seems like, yeah, I think we're going to have a little bit of interesting comp choice. I think this is different. The dive comp, I want to see if this works, because they tried the rush, they tried to out-brawl them, and neither of one of them worked yet. So why not try a dive comp? Why not try to see if it works? Yeah, it looks like with Stevenson, they're running the D.Va.
Oh, look at that D.Va skin!
Yeah, that's the insane one, if I'm correct.
Whoa,
yeah, that's the insane one.
That's crazy.
Is that the Mythic? I'm pretty sure.
I think so. It has to be a Mythic.
Yeah, either that or it's like just a really good skin. But yeah, no, this is an interesting one. Yeah, no, we have a Winston into a D.Va, which usually Winston's pretty good into D.Va, so this is like pretty good. But again, we do also have Sojourn. No, not Sojourn. Sombra against our Emery, which is not great. Yeah, because it seems like they're trying to backline our team, and there goes the Sombra. We might be able to get the D.Va. No. And unfortunately, down goes our Eerie. They are really trying to go for this D.Va to get her out of her mech, but unfortunately, she is stabilizing so well. The supports are stabilizing her so well, and they are able to take down Marywood basically immediately here. They were only able to push like about 4 meters there, so not really too much going on, as unfortunately, Marywood is already down a little bit here, as Stevenson will get the first push here on the bot. Again, it seems like Stevenson is going for a more dive-ish kind of ordeal as well, it seems, because of the D.Va. So it looks like we're basically doing who has the better dive competition, essentially. And it seems like so far Stevenson kind of is doing it with the Sombra, as they are able to pick off our Emery immediately. We will see if we are able to do anything with this. We are able to get a kill there on Emery. We did get a kill on Sombra, it looks like.
And Ilari.
And Ilari, yeah.
Get her!
There goes the Juno, and down goes the Juno, as Marywood will be able to make this push. Now it's just the D.Va. D.Va's going to try and get away, maybe get a pick up there. Now D.Va's just kind of behind her enemy lines.
She's running away.
It seems like, yeah, it seems like she's going to be running away. There's the trade. There's the Sombra. Maybe we'll get the Sombra? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like Sombra's able to get away. And it looks like Marywood now going to be able to push up. They are stalled at 17 meters at the moment. Again, Stevenson has basically all their ults online, and not really Marywood. Marywood does not have like all of their ults online yet. But so far, again, it seems like Stevenson is kind of out diving at the moment. They're able to pick off who they need to, and fast, especially with the Sombra. The Sombra is able to at least get in and kill one and then get out. They are able to at least make it a 4v5 game, which is interesting.
Stuck! Oh! Not at all.
And there goes, we do get the Tracer on that. And we might get the Juno too. We do, as we're going to probably see maybe Iari go down. We'll have to see. Possibly. The Iari will go down here, as we used Aerial, we used our Tracer ult, and we used our Winston ult, as Stevenson did use their D.Va ult. I'm pretty sure. Actually, wait, that might be D.Va on mech. No, they used their D.Va ult. Yeah, they used the D.Va ult and they used their ERE ult. So we'll have to kind of see what happens here with Marywood and if they're able to kind of stagger a little bit more here. Maybe get a good push here. D.Va is currently going to just kind of bust in here. It seems like Sombra is able to get a beautiful ult there. That was a good EMP by that Sombra, as we saw that was basically a team wipe with that ult, as they only had to use that Sombra ult, and that was pretty much it. Marywood does still also have 2 ults online, possibly 3 with the Tracer ult. But now it seems that it's just kind of like a game of meters at this point. And it seems like we were able to stop it before they were able to push it up into the meters. So Marywood still has the advantage here. Funny enough, they still have the advantage. Yeah, they were able to push this bot far enough up. And it looks like Marywood might be able to take this and just go a little bit further. And they will. Great play there by Marywood to jump on the point in enough time where Stevenson did not get that tie-breaking push. And now, again, Marywood is still ahead of Stevenson here by a very slim margin, by the way. A very slim margin. As now we're going to see, we do get a kill here on Sombra. It seems like Marywood's kind of just backing up a little bit, letting them kind of take the bot to them at this point, try and, kind of stabilize their ground. Again, both teams do not have any ults online. They don't have any ults. So it's kind of just a game of who can just pick off who at this point. And it seems like we're going in on this Juno. Juno's very close. Winston might die here. He won't. He's able to get out. He's able to get out in enough time, but I think our Fury is fighting for her life at the moment, actually, as I say that. I think she's able to get out, though, and she was. Juno is very close here, very low. Tracer might be able to finish, and we do. And there goes the Juno, and now we're just kind of steamrolling at this point. And Emery's next up. Emery's close. There is D.Va ult, but that doesn't do anything, unfortunately. And they're just going to be able to get her mech out, it seems.
Okay.
Marywood is so far doing really well. That was unfortunate. We should have probably not allowed that, but it seems like Marywood right now is doing a great job of controlling the robot, and that's I know that seems very like a very simple take with a lot of these push maps, but it is a genuine thing that can win or lose a game. If you do not correctly control this bot and you make sure you have it like pushed up to certain points, it can make it very hard to do certain like pushes when you try to like actually, take these fights. So it seems like Marywood's taking a good advantage here. They were able, I think, to kill the Som. I think that was the Juno they were able to kill there, which was pretty nice. And it seems like they're kind of copying the Winston play here. They also are going Winston now. And Marywood's kind of just going back and forth. The bot is being taken at the moment. And our Winston's behind enemy lines, but it looks like he's going to be able to get out probably. And he will, and he'll be able to get back to our team in enough time. If I were Marywood, I would just try to kind of stabilize right now. We do have some ults online. We did use Kiri ult. There's going to be the ERE ult. ERE is holding it. Probably not going to use it yet. Does get one off, but I don't think it hit anybody, actually. So, good kind of holdout there by Marywood to make sure that they don't do anything. There goes the EMP. We do get the kill here, though, on Emery. We might get the kill on Juno if we are smart about it. No, we unfortunately were not able to, as Marywood will go down here. Now, we will have to see if Marywood will be able to do the same thing. We are getting a pause by, is that Stevenson asking for a pause?
Yes, Stevenson is asking for a pause.
All right, so we get a... Oh, okay. They probably had someone that was lagging.
Probably. Oh, yeah, they were. It happens, it happens. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, we're going to be seeing Marywood kind of have to, again, see if they can get to the bot and control it in enough time here like they did last time. Because you don't want to have to push the bot all the way back and try to, like, get more of a point. Because, again, push maps are very notoriously hard for taking it all the way, and then you have to, like, try to get there.
Because there's, like, three fights in between there, you know?
Yeah, usually, like, 1 to 2 fights at least. Yeah, it's just... We are going to get the kill on Sombra here. We are going to. And it seems like we might also get the kill on Juno. Yes, we will. That was a great play there to focus on kind of the squishies there and ignore the Winston at that point. Because if you ignore the Winston, you can go for the squishies. And that's what Marywood did, and that was a great job. You know, just ignore the Winston at that moment and go for the squishies. And that's
minute 50 left. Ooh, minute 50 left.
They got a minute 50. Marywood, at this point, just try to get it as far as you can. Like, get it as far as you can in, like, a fight or two. And from there, I would just defend that. Just defend as hard as you can. Defend as hard as you can. And try to keep them from even trying to push it. And it seems like, unfortunately, we're all going to go down. Marywood's going down one by one here. It looks like the Tracer's keeping the bot kind of hostage, though, which is really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the Tracer kind of stayed behind while everyone from the enemy team pushed up, and the bot was not able to move up with them while they were, like, kind of pushing into Marywood there. So they kind of had to backtrack and get that bot moving.
Oh, here we go.
And that allows for Marywood basically to have the bot be even. So they're basically able to keep this bot pretty even. They might get the kill here on Juno. Juno's like decently low. They are able to. There's one. Will they get another one? No, but the Emery is going to get our Emery here. And we're going to get the Tracer down. Now it's just our supports, and I believe Winston. Winston's able to get a Yari. Now it's just a fight for the life for our supports here. And unfortunately, down goes our supports. But again, I think we will have one. We'll have one more fight. I think we'll have one more touch before they're able to get this bot to push.
Nervous, getting nervous. I'm getting nervous.
I think Marywood is going to try and touch.
Yes,
I would have them. They have to. I would not want to push this back in overtime. This is an awful, awful opportunity. As they do get one. That was a good kill on the Emery. That was a good kill on Emery, and we're forcing also Juno out, which is beautiful. Juno's down. And now we're going to see possibly Kiri down and Winston down. Iari's going to go down. And there we go. That's all of them, and Marywood will take the game here. That's a very good way of getting the morale back in the building. Now we know that Marywood is able to play this dive comp. Yeah, I did notice the Emery on the other team was putting in the work, though, regardless. This was a very close game. And again, this came down to bot control. Again, what Marywood did was great. The Tracer play where the Tracer held on to that bot while Stevenson pushed up was a great thing, because if Stevenson had that bot and pushed up, they would have probably been able to get that push and be able to get that like last little bit they needed in enough time. But since they didn't get that, it worked out.
Yeah, but now we're in a little bit of a pickle where Stevenson is gonna have map pick and ban prio.
Yes, they will.
Which is a little bit scary, but this is first to 4, so you know.
Yeah. So there's a possibility here that Marywood kind of takes what they saw in this game
and
they try to apply it into another map. But we have to see what Stevenson picks here for the map, because so far it's been all Marywood picks, but now we get to see what Stevenson's going to try and roll out to kind of see what they are comfortable on.
What kind of map do you think they're going to pick?
If they're running Brawl, I would probably either suspect it would be like an escort or like a control.
Ooh.
One of those two would work.
I like both of those. You know, I like playing both of those is more or less it. I think, okay, it sucks because so far the maps that we're doing good on, like the flashpoints and the push maps, are the ones that are like the least favorite to play.
Yeah, they're long. They're very long. Like push maps and flashpoint maps are very long in totality. Yeah. They take a long time to kind of, and they also can like last a very long time in general.
Yeah, but also
especially if
hybrids.
like you go back and forth. Hybrids too.
Hybrids take forever, especially if there's a tie. Oh, you can easily play like an hour-long game. Like who would not want to do that ideally? But yeah, we're just waiting for maps and picks and bans and the whole 9 yards, but the score is currently accurate right there, and we are very nervous. Yeah, no, it's definitely nerve-wracking because right now they are kind of, you know, Marywood's kind of taking some new approaches against Stevenson. Because again,
They tried to do the brawl comp against another brawl comp. Didn't work. They tried to run the rush. It kind of worked, but again, Stevenson was able to still come through. And now we see that they tried to do a dive comp now instead, and it does work a little bit better than what Stevenson had for a dive comp. So we'll kind of see what Marywood does here, and maybe they decide to just stick with the dive comps until it just, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, hopefully the map that is picked, I don't know, will work out in Marywood's favor. I'm trying to be really vague here. And all of that. I hope that whatever map gets picked is good for Marywood. That's it. Yep. Can't get more vague than that.
I would hope so too. I would very much hope so too, for the sake of Marywood, especially if they're going to be running this dive comp. So. Yeah,
the dive comp was working really good. What kind of comps were Stevenson running earlier that were really good? They did a they did
brawl,
and brawl.
They did rush and brawl. So the brawl comp was the early one that we saw, the one that won Lijiang, which it was that like bomb, it was the tracer, it was the Cass, it was like I think it was Kiri as well, and then it was Wu Yang. That was very brawly because again you have Kiri that is able to kind of like enable that Ramatra. And Ramatra can just inherently take a lot of damage, and Wu Yang can also sustain the Ramatra. And also alongside that is the fact that Cass and Tracer are also able to help brawl, because Cass is able to kind of like, get his stun in here and there, and also just take shots from afar. And High Noon. I mean, High Noon is just like, if you're in a crowd, you're screwed.
Yeah. And we have maps. Here's our first map. Spoopy, give me a drum roll.
I'm drum rolling.
Blizzard World.
Now, this is like, this is what I expected. I said it would have to be. This is a hybrid. This is hybrid. So this is kind of a interesting position for Marywood, because I know Blizzworld we've struggled in the past with, but it's a very this could be a dive map. Like that second area before you get into like the inside entrance. I forget what it's called, but it's like the
inside area.
The third area. The second area is like all.
Oh, I know where you're talking. Yep.
Yeah, like the first area is like the entrance area. And then the second area is all like the outside with like the circular thing in the middle that leaches out to other areas. And then you have the last area, which is like kind of like a dungeon-ish type of place in there. So that part is not as dive heavy. It's more like brawl rush kind of. Unless you have people up on the high points, then you want to dive them. But like first and second map is kind of dive. Like that's first and second like kind of areas. They are primarily like dive areas for the most part. So we'll have to see, especially on attack. At least attack they're dive, but defense it's like anti-dive for the most part.
Whew! Here we go, ladies and germs. Here we go. They're loading on in. Do you hear that sound?
Oh yeah. What's the bands?
The bands. How can I forget the bands? Okay. Let me look it on in here. Stevenson has banned May, and we have banned Ram.
That's perfect. Yeah, because that's perfect. They're gonna run like a brawl comp because it's hybrid, so it makes sense that okay. That's good.
Woo.
That's pretty good. That's a good ban. The May is an interesting ban. We're gonna go with Torb. I have a feel. Unless we're not, but.
Who knows? Maybe they're keeping streaming.
Oh, no, we are. No, we are. We are going with the Torb pick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, look at that skin. So icy. Iceman. Iceman.
This is like a weird hybrid comp because, like, there's no way that Torb is a dive character. He's not a dive.
Look at the cinematography. Oh, no, go back up there, man. Cinema.
Yeah, Torb is like an anti-dive, if anything. It's like anti-dive. So, because of the turrets. So, I don't know.
Look at that.
And it looks like Stevenson is going to go for like a dive-ish comp as well.
Yeah, the Diva's
actually,
back.
Diva. It might be a brawl, because Diva can technically brawl, but it's like really dependent.
They're playing strong characters. Let's
yeah, they're
keeping it at that.
They're just playing strong characters. It's very hybrid-ish comps. They're kind of mixing a few elements of different comps, like a little bit of dive, a little bit of brawl, a little bit of everything. And it seems like we almost got the pick there on Emery, but he was able to get out in enough time. It seems like Marywood just kind of controlling this point at the moment. We are going to just jump here onto the Kiri. We might get the kill there. No, we won't, but Winston's able to get out in enough time.
Woo. Oh boy, the whole team's on him.
It seems like the whole team is on the Winston, and they will get the Winston, unfortunately. Now, will we see the Diva go down here with Mech? And yes, the Diva will go down with Mech, so we might see like two different ones go down here. Diva is on top, kind of, at the moment. They do get turret down. It seems like Marywood's kind of, unfortunately, backing up. They weren't able to have a strong push, a strong defense there at all.
They're looking to touch.
They are looking to touch here because, again, Diva doesn't have it. Unfortunately, Diva did get Mech back in that moment. So now Marywood's just kind of going to back off here. And unfortunately, Stevenson's immediately going to grab point here, which is not great. And now they have 5 minutes. They have 5 minutes, by the way, now to push, which is like, ooh, that's not the greatest. Not the greatest for Marywood. But now this second point could lead to some better results because this second point is a little bit kind of easier to work with. There's more room to work with on this point. So we'll have to kind of see what they decide to do here. They are going to run a Kiri ult here. They might try to use Diva ult. Yeah, they are. We do get the kill on the Kiri and on Baby and on Wu Yang. Unfortunately, though, they kind of are just ulting our backline with Emery here. Though Emery is low.
Oh, wow.
And he goes down, and now we'll just get the Tracer, and we get to clean up on a nice little team kill. So good job there by Marywood to clean that all up, as now, basically, they lost a whole minute there. Like, Stevenson lost a whole minute on that push because of what just happened. We are going to ult straight into it, and it looks like, yeah, we're just going to kind of just go right into their face here. We're not caring anymore. We're just going to be like, hey, screw it. You might as well, as we're going to get a pick on Emery here, and our Winston's able to get out. Yeah, Marywood right now is chipping off like 2 minutes off the timer.
Can't complain about that.
Stevenson has not been able to push that far yet. So they've only been at that entrance for whatever time. Unfortunately, did miss that Suzu there to try and save the Lucio. So they are going to probably be able to do something about this. Wait a minute, though. They might be able to get this Diva down. We're probably going to see maybe if the... Nope, Emery's not able to get across. But again, good hold there for like about a minute and a half by Marywood. Basically keeping a minute on that, like kind of just removing a minute off that timer and kept them in the same place that whole time. But now Stevenson's kind of taking advantage of the staggering that's happening right now and the fact that Marywood is not fully around. But Marywood's doing their best to kind of just let Stevenson take what they can and just kind of make sure to dive when they need to. Like right now.
Oh!
And unfortunately, Winston just stayed in a little bit too long. The supports were not there in enough time. And unfortunately, we're going to probably have to hope that we see a miracle here with one of these ults. And unfortunately not. I think Stevenson might get a touch, and they will. Now, Stevenson has about 4 minutes, basically, now. Which, again, it's not 5 minutes, so, it's not as bad. But I would like to see Marywood maybe get this down to, like, I don't know, maybe like a minute. I would love to see Marywood somehow get this to a minute.
I would love for Marywood to not let them end it all.
Yeah, no, I would...
Point.
Yeah, pretty much. I would love to see if Marywood can hold him out here until, like, either overtime or, we'll have to see. They are going to back off, but unfortunately they are getting some much-needed picks. Stevenson is, and it unfortunately is not looking too well as, yeah, Marywood's just going to have to retreat to the back line. Yeah, it seems like we're copying the diva play here. We are basically running the almost mirror copy of what the other team is running, except for our Kiri. Yeah, because we are not running Wu Yang. I don't think anybody plays Wu Yang on Marywood, unfortunately. And unfortunately, yeah, it seems like Stevenson is just kind of staggering at this point. They're taking very good advantage of Marywood kind of staggering and kind of going out at the wrong time. And it seems like they're basically able to push this all the way up.
Let him touch.
We are going to probably see a ult here from D.Va if possible.
Yeah.
Probably not, though.
For it.
Actually, we might not. We might not need it. Because it seems like, yeah, Marywood's able just to use Kiri ult here. And no, D.Va decides not to use self-destruct there, actually.
Hey, that works.
Yeah, and now Marywood's able to hold it together. They were able to hold it together. Now, the decision is, will they be able to hold this to, like, a minute? As, yeah, we're going to be seeing a Tracer 1v1 here, basically, for heal pack control, because that's basically what most Tracer 1v1s are, is making sure you can control a heal pack. So, I think we're going to see Tracer try to go for someone here. And not a touch at all, unfortunately. It did not stick to anybody. So, we're unfortunately just going to have to see a beat here. Our Kiri does go down. I think we're probably going to end up seeing a self-destruct at some point.
Soon.
Probably soon. Probably as a last resort, if anything. It seems like we're kind of fighting back here. Stevenson is going to... They use self-destruct in the wrong area. And there goes self-destruct on that D.Va. So now it seems like Marywood is kind of at the advantage here now. They're defending really, really well right now. And they're kind of using their ults especially well right now. They are making sure not to waste their ults. And there goes the Suzu. Honestly, if there was any time to use D.Va ult, it would definitely be soon here.
60 seconds.
It would probably be right now. Yep, that's good. Back him off a little bit, and you get your mech back, so that's perfect. All right, and now we're back in the ball game. Again, basically D.Va... The great thing about D.Va ult is if you are able to pop it before you get the unmech animation, you do just get your mech back, so you don't have to worry about being baby D.Va. As we do see a kill on Wu Yang here, so one of the supports goes down for Stevenson, and we're going to see possibly D.Va's just going to go, which is an odd pick, but it seems like they're trying to like kind of come together for one last push.
They're all going to try and fight this. We do have
this is going to come down.
Hamster.
It's going to come down to support ults. It's going to come down to support ults here. Because it's going to be who can use the better support ults. There goes one support ult. There goes another one. So we're trading support ults. And we get the Kiri. We do get the Tracer. We might get the Kiri, and we do. And it looks like Marywood's going to control this in just enough fashion. Now it's just the ball, which ball should be able to go down here pretty quickly. And they do. Marywood is able to control it enough to at least patch up some of the holes that were going on. It was a little bit messy. At least some of those fights were a little bit messy, and there was a lot of staggering by Stevenson on Marywood.
But hey, they didn't let them cap that third point, so that is very good.
Yes.
But good.
Now the problem is this map notoriously, Marywood has a hard time attacking.
Yeah.
Like, we can do a good defense, but we usually struggle on attack. And that's because, again, with this map, there is so much, like, open areas. And also, like, different high points and different low points. So it makes it a lot harder to pick where you want to dive or pick where you want to go, unless everyone's, like, centralized in one location.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that view. So cinematic.
That is a good view.
So cinematic, so cool.
And it looks like Stevenson, from what we're seeing right now, Stevenson is going to be running. This is definitely like an anti-dive comp that they're running. Because that's a Hazard, that's a Juno, that's a Brig. Yeah, this is most definitely going to be like an anti-dive comp by Stevenson to prevent Marywood from basically diving in. Which Marywood is kind of committing, it looks like, to the dive, it seems. Because they're running Reaper, they're running D.Va again, and they're also running, they're running Lucio Kiri, which they're always going to make sure to run, so. Alright, we'll see, because I think they're just TPing to get time, so we'll see if Oh, no, they're going to stick with the sim.
Okay.
They're going to stick with sim here,
okay.
yeah,
I
because...
think they need 2 portals here. Yep.
Yep.
They're going to skip.
Yeah, they're just going to skip and go on the point. And there goes touch, and yeah, they will get control of the point. I mean, that's basically what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes you just have to ignore everything. But we'll have to see if this actually works out for Marywood, or if this was just kind of like a waste of time. So far, it's not looking great, as yeah, it looks like Stevenson was able to kind of control it. Because Mason did go down really early there, actually, like really early in that fight, unfortunately for that TP. And yeah, they're just kind of staggering the D.Va at this point. It looks like we are going to get a kill on the Emery. That is Stevenson's fault for that. They kind of staggered, and we're trying to stagger our D.Va, and the D.Va was able to get the kill on the Emery there. So we're going to be able to come back here while the Emery has to like kind of walk all the way back in like a shame. In a shame walk for that, because yeah, that should have never happened. And yeah, Marywood's going to immediately rush here, because yeah, I mean, you got advantage here. Emery's going to be coming back a little bit late, so you might as well take advantage. It seems like we did get D-Mech, unfortunately, and down goes our Tracer really early. Wow. Yeah, this is not looking like a good attack. They are just steamrolling whatever attack Marywood's throwing at them, and it's not working. Whatever they have right now is not working, as yeah, we're going to see a switch up here.
Ooh, what are we
They're going to go Winston now.
Winston Reaper.
And we're going to go Reaper, and we have Tracer. So we're basically going for the dive into the anti-dive, essentially.
Oh, they have a Brig!
Yeah, the Brig is kind of making sure this dive doesn't go all too well. No, it is not going to be, but we're going to see what happens. They might be able to get the Brig here if they try hard enough. They might be able to. They're trying. They're really trying. And they will. There goes your anti-dive right there. And Tracer, I don't think that Tracer's going down. No, unfortunately, the Hazard's going to step in before that Tracer dies. Yeah, again, this is a map that a lot of the times Marywood struggles on attack. Marywood's great at defense here. Like, sometimes we defend pretty well on that second half, like we did. But, again, it's usually the attack that we struggle on and just being able to find our footing. Because sometimes we dive in too many places and it's just not centralized enough. Because again, the Tracer needs to be able to get behind there in enough time. We are able to get the kill, it looks like, and I think that was an Ajax, unfortunately, it was. They were able to get the kill on the Brig, but unfortunately it just didn't amount to anything because the Ajax. They did get a kill here on Juno, though. They might try to kill our Tracer, but I don't think it will happen. Alright, Marywood has basically one more push here to get something going. Maybe get some ults online. And maybe, just maybe, try to get a touch here. There goes recall by Tracer. Tracer doesn't have recall now anymore. So we'll see what happens. Maybe our Tracer will try to kind of pick off someone. We get the Juno, so there's no Juno ult. We're going to probably get this Emery, probably. Ooh. Yes, we do. Okay, we have an advantage. We have an advantage here. They need to. Yes, they do. That is correct. They also need to get rid of this Tracer, and they probably need to get rid of this Hazard. This Hazard will be a hazard, literally indicated in the name, if they do not actually try to go for him. Tracer's low. Tracer's very low. There goes Tracer. Now, please get the Juno before she ults, because that Juno will ult. And Juno will probably ult, and there goes the Juno ult. Will they get the Hazard, though, before ult? Nope. But they will use Reaper ult here, and unfortunately is only able to get none of them, actually. And unfortunately, it seems like Marywood is not going to have just enough juice in them to be able to do anything, as Marywood will go down here on Blizz World. Yeah, unfortunately, Blizz World is one of the maps where Marywood does struggle on attack. It is very... It's just something with that attack that Marywood just is not able to kind of wrap around completely yet. Especially when you have an anti-dive like Stevenson just ran. Because again, Hazard is very good for anti-dive. Extremely good for anti-dive. So unfortunately, that goes down, and that is an unfortunate end to that mat. So, we... Right now, it's kind of like win or die.
We're on win condition here.
Pretty much pretty much a win or die situation here for Marywood, because they're kind of forced into a situation where, hey, if you don't win this next game, or if you don't win this next map, Stevenson will win the finals, and Marywood will unfortunately become a runner-up in this Nationals.
Runner-up? No, this is the finals.
Well,
if Stevenson wins, then they won Nationals.
Well, I know, but they get that. You get what I mean. You get what I mean.
Sure.
They get second place.
I think they're taking a little bit of a 5 minutes here.
No, that's complete. That's probably the right choice in this situation. Just kind of get your get it together, figure out what you want to do, and take it from there.
Woo. Nervous.
Okay.
Boop. There we go. Whoop.
No, you're good.
Man, so what map do you think that we are going to choose this time?
Probably either another push map or another flashpoint. I would have a feeling.
Yeah.
Because push worked last time for us, and we won. I feel like they're going to pick another push map.
Yeah. just a little hunch,
Specifically, Esperanza.
Oh, I don't know. They were on and off about running that. I don't know what they're going to
Well, if not Esperanza, okay, let me think of all the push maps. We got Coliseo, we have New Queen Street, we have
that new one.
Yeah, we have the new one. Trying to think of all the other ones. We have what? Coliseo, it's New Queen Street, it's like here, wait, let me.
Yeah, what's that other one, right? Wait, I might have a picture.
Overwatch here. Push maps Overwatch. Let's see.
It's definitely not.
Oh, here we go. What
is it?
Okay, Coliseo, Esperanza, New Queen Street, and Runasape.
That was the new one.
Yeah, that's been new for like a couple seasons now, but that's the newer of the push maps because they haven't really added a new one since then. So
yeah.
But I would say out of all these, New Queen Street might be a good pick. It might be okay. Esperanza might kind of feed into this team a little bit because they will have that kind of like height advantage because of like Emery or Sojourn or whoever they decide to play. I think Runasape is good. Runasape would be a good pick because it's not very high ground oriented. It is very like I'm just gonna run into you kind of way. So we'll see what they decide to do here. I mean, I'm trying to think. What is another map type that we would try to play? Maybe.
I don't know, cause they wouldn't do a push.
No. Well, no, they would do. They might do a push. They might do push. I don't know about escort. I don't know. Because if hybrid didn't work out too well, then I don't know if they're going to try escort. They might. You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah, because escort's like own thing because it's like whoever's attacking, you kind of have to play a lot of anti-dive in a way. And if you are playing defense, then guess what? You're basically pretty much diving for the most part. Or poking. You're either poking or diving. Those are your like two picks. So we'll kind of see what Marywood decides.
I'm trying to move your thingy here. There we go. Okay. I'll be right back. Keep them occupied.
I will make sure to do so. All right, chat. How are we feeling so far? How are we feeling about this game so far? Again, so far, it's been seeming like it's kind of been very close back and forth. This last map, it wasn't as close because, again, Marywood usually does struggle on these, like Blizzard World. Because, again, I remember back when I played for Marywood Esports, like a year ago. Blizz World was kind of like our kryptonite for like whatever reason. especially on attack, because we would just not. We sometimes struggle like realizing, hey, we should like attack somewhere, because that first point is like absolute hell. Because basically the other team can just poke out on you, and you have to kind of make a very quick decision on where you want to go. Especially if they're playing on top like that. You kind of have to make a decision. And the worst part is, when you do make a decision, if you decide to, like, chicken out and go another way, they'll just jump on you. Like, they'll just jump on you. They'll try to, like, just basically take the advantage and just jump on you right off that high point. And also the fact that they can just kind of default back to the other high point that's on the back end of that point, which is like, okay, well, then they can just defend from there. And also the fact that you can easily defend and get into the point from that, like little, like, archway that they have when you get into the next point. You're able to get in there pretty fast, which is another thing, which is like, So, yeah, so hybrid, Marywood did struggle with. But it seemed like, at least for Flashpoint and for, Flashpoint and Control, they were decently close on each of the maps that they played and each of the points that they played. So, and they were able to kind of push it out with push, funny enough. Mainly because they tried the dive comp, and it did work, and it seemed like they were kind of going in with a better kind of coordination with that dive than Stevenson was doing. Also, the fact that they took advantage of the bot control, and they used it to their advantage. So, yeah. We're going to see Havana. That might be a good pick. So this is an escort map. I said that they might pick an escort map here to just try it, so. Okay, so it's Havana.
Hey. Havana, ooh, nah, nah.
This is going to be interesting, because, yeah, I guess that would make sense, because the other team's not really playing like a sniper or like something like that, so. I guess.
If we see a widow,
might be.
time to start sweating.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen any. Like, I haven't at least seen a semblance of one of the players that could. But it could be possible. Who knows?
You never know.
They could hide it in the back pocket. They could hide it in the back pocket.
Hide in the back pocket. Do you know the bands?
You never know. No, you did not know the bands yet.
Oh, do you know the map? Yes, you do. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. I was kidding.
We have banned Emery.
Smart. Yep.
Stevenson has banned Lucio.
Oh.
Not
well,
good.
on escort. Well, on escort, Lucio on attack is like not needed.
Yeah, but he's still nice to have.
He's still nice to have. But like, you can get away with like other ones now because it's an escort.
Mm.
You can get away with something else. You can get away with something else here. It would be nice, but you can get away with doing it.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do.
Match point. Don't forget about that.
This is match point. Yeah, so Stevenson, if they win this, they will win the finals, and unfortunately, Marywood will not be able to make Marywood history here in this season. Again, either way, still an amazing season by Marywood, and we should not downplay that at all. This is an amazing season by Marywood.
Downpour,
but this is an amazing season. Oh, it looks like our team's going with poke. That's smart. That is very smart. They're going full poke. That is smart. Yeah, no. Again,
this
Marywood
is
had a
new.
Yeah, this is a full like hit scan like poke. It seems. And the other team, I do see that widow. So there is a widow up their sleeve. Okay. They might go for a pop shot though. We never know. They might just try to go for one and then switch. So we'll see. Well, we do have an Ash, so we'll have to see how this 1v1 of the snipers, quote unquote, works. Because Ash is like kind of a sniper, but not really. Alright, she's going to get a pop shot, I have a feeling. This Widow's going to get one pop shot.
Oh, there's the first crack.
And she might stick around, you never know. We'll see. But yeah, it looks like they're kind of running like a little bit of that anti-dive in a way. Yeah, they're kind of just going to be chilling up there. Sig is going to kind of be playing up because that's smart. It looks like Hazard is kind of up on our Sig right now. We're kind of taking advantage because we have a Zen, which that is a very interesting pick here. Because, like, Zen is very good for... Oh, there's your 2 picks. Well, there's your 3 picks. Wow, okay. So they do have a Widow player. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
They do have a Widow player. They have a Widow player. Okay. So, yeah, this is not going to be looking too well. So, again, we're going to hopefully see if Marywood will be able to defend this pretty easily here on Escort. Again, you never know. It could be a thing where we do, again, a similar thing where we screw up on the first point, but like the mid-half, the rest of the game, we just end up holding it out pretty well. So we'll have to see here. Because, yeah, usually this point is a very interesting one. As, yeah, no, Marywood is just not doing too well here, unfortunately, right now. It seems like we're also pulling out the hazard. We're also trying to do the hazard just to see what happens, and unfortunately, it's just not working out. It seems like we're just kind of pulling everything we can to see if it works, and maybe something sticks. They are able to get an early stagger here, an early kill on the Kyrie, and now they're able to walk away because of it. But, yeah, it is seeming like Marywood's kind of like at a loss for what they want to do here, as they do switch up to match the hazard to try and like hazard the hazard. And then, hopefully, they do switch the Sojourn and Cass here to get that range as well still. Oh, unfortunately, down goes the Cass and down goes the Sojourn right there. It seems like, I think that was the Kyrie that's defending the Widow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's not going to go over too well of trying to get to that Widow. Because that Kyrie is just going to make it, like, absolute hell to, like, do anything about. It seems like Hazard's just going to try and take advantage and get the kill on this Widow. But there goes the Wu Yang and the Kyrie. Literally, the Wu Yang and the Kyrie just absolutely just kept that Widow alive. Yeah, this Widow right now is absolutely setting the pace because there is some crazy shots this Widow has been hitting, and they are setting the pace right now. Because Marywood is kind of forced to be like, all right, we have to dive on this Widow. But that allows for the Wu Yang and the Kyrie to be like, all right, cool, we'll just defend them with our life.
Oh, we got a Hog!
Hog was able to kill the freaking Sojourn, but unfortunately, that was pretty much it. As, yeah, this is not looking too great for Marywood right now. Marywood is unfortunately struggling here in this map at the moment. They are doing not the greatest here on defense. But again, this last point is a very strong point on defense. It is really hard. It is really hard to attack them, just because of how like kind of closed in it is, and you can literally just jump on the point very easily.
Yeah.
So it is a very easy map to it's a very easy point to defend. Like I've seen a lot of overtimes like happen from like 5 minutes on the clock. So there's the Widow ult. Widow's going to be ulting and probably probably taking some pop shots because it's going to be needed. We might be able to get a Hazard kill here, maybe. Hazard like very close. We might get a Kyrie. We do get a Kyrie kill. We do get a trade. But it looks like they're kind of just pushing up and just trying their best to stagger Marywood here. Marywood is going to kind of push it back a little bit, but it seems like, yeah, they're kind of pushing up here a little bit far. Yeah, again, it's not looking too great here for Marywood at the moment. It's not looking too good. They are able, it looks like, stall the point, though, the escort, because they actually didn't push it up in all that time, which is funny. They just didn't get to push that point up too far. But we do see some ults online. Stevenson does have Wu Yang, and they will have Hazard. We have 3 ults, and possibly 4 ults online coming up here.
Defense.
So I would recommend trying not to use like too many here. And if possible, just try to use, that would probably be the one I would use, is Zen ult, yeah. There's your castle, and there we go. That takes down the Hazard, so now we'll be able to push up on who we need to without being dived on. It looks like Cass is just going to try and push up here and get some shots in on the Widow. That Widow is, so far, being a real nuisance here to Marywood. But again, as I said, yeah, this was going to be a problem with Havana. Havana is very much a Widow playground. If you are good on Widow, you will be good on this map. It is a very much Widow kind of playground in this sense. If you don't play the Widow, you better hope that you know how to stop a Widow because, yeah, there's a lot of good points here for her.
Widow.
Again, Marywood was able to cut this down, by the way, to 2 minutes, just as a reference. Yeah, they got it down to like 2 minutes on the clock.
Oh, hey!
That might be almost 2 kills there by that Cass if he fed up on that Wu Yang, but unfortunately he's going to get cornered here. And unfortunately will go down. It seems like Zen might be just trying to go for the Widow, but unfortunately no dice, and so does Kiri. Now, they did bring it down. Oh, wait, the ball is stalling. Give it a second. Give it a second. Ball is stalling. Okay, now I can say. They did...
Oh, they almost see 9 there.
They did manage to get it down to about 1:30. So they got it down to 1:30. They are going to take attack pause. Marywood is going to take attack pause here. But they were able to get it down to 1:30 from 5 minutes, I think that was. That's why I said that like last point is very much like a slower... It's a very much slow down point because if you have 5 minutes on the clock, it's going to take you like 3 minutes or 4 minutes to get to that point and get to the end point. So it's a very much like good point for being able to have a decent defense. Of course, if you get steamrolled though, then yeah, of course it's going to end in like a minute. But luckily, Marywood was able to slow it down at least a tiny bit, and they were able to get down to 1:30. So again, there's a possibility that Marywood will also have a strong attack here and be able to take advantage and be able to push and get maybe even more time than Stevenson. We'll have to see.
Oh.
I am very interested in this
comp. It's the Jolly Junkrat, baby! Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho!
This is... I'm very interested. I'm very interested on how this is going to go.
Oh, hey! Look at the Jolly Junkrat go!
Unless we're going to switch the Junkrat. I don't know if we're switching off.
I don't know, man.
No, we are actually not. We are actually... I think, I think they're trying to see what they can... I think they're trying to go out as best as they can. They're going to try and just see what they can do. Honestly, good decision.
Jolly Junkrat, baby!
Because again, Marywood's just kind of trying some stuff. And honestly, it might work. I'm not going to lie. It might work. You never know. You never know.
Oh, man, there goes
Unfortunately, there goes the Jolly Junkrat. We do get to see a little bit of
they saw the strat in Korea.
Yeah, they did. They did. And they might be pulling this out to see if it's plausible.
Oh, hey, look at him go!
Yeah, they're going to take the Jolly freaking Bastion here and just kind of carry him. They're going to take the Jolly Bastion all the way up there. Yeah, this is kind of just, I just want to screw around and just find out.
Let's just have some fun. Now, this is awesome.
Yeah, because again, Marywood at this point is happy with their season. I mean, they've done a heck of a job, and it's actually working.
They're having
some
fun.
This is actually working. Their strategy right now is just they're throwing Maga in the back line.
This is awesome.
This is it's somewhat working, and that's why I'm like, I'm not complaining. It's somewhat working. They're basically, just for anybody in chat that's confused, they are taking the Maga, carrying him to the back line, and just plopping him. And basically the Maga is able to sustain so well that he just takes advantage of it. And he's able just to feed off the support.
Sleeping.
Not anymore, because he got hit immediately. And there goes the freaking Widow. What the hell? What the hell? They were able to get a pick on the Widow really early here. Good job by Marywood. And down goes the Hazard. Wait a minute. Hold your phone.
Oh,
I think having fun, folks. I think sometimes having fun is the key to winning.
Well, hold on. Don't call nothing yet. This is still first point.
Well, no, I'm just saying. This is a really good first point. This was an insanely good first point by Marywood. This was a great follow-up to basically, you know, just what happened. And honestly, if you're having fun, you might as well do it. Go for it. If it's working, just go for it. And it doesn't seem like, Stevenson's too keen on switching. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like Stevenson's trying to switch off of this either. They're not, and they're gonna get caged.
Okay. Oh, there goes the Jolly Junkrat.
What am I witnessing?
The Jolly Junkrat. Whoa!
And that's a solo.
I've never seen a speedy Junkrat like that before.
And yeah, and now we're just kind of rolling here. We're basically kind of staggering them right now, as it seems like Marywood's going to be able to get this point possibly for free. Maybe. Never mind. I don't want to speak ever again.
Don't worry about that.
No, but weirdly enough, it's working.
I'm not complaining.
And it's working really well. Now, of course, we did see some switches here. We did see some switches from Stevenson finally. They did switch to D.Va, which is better for the Maga, and they did switch to a Tracer instead. And also Wu Yang. They also switched to Wu Yang. It seems like they're trying to target they're trying to target the cat is what they're trying to do. They might be able to get the Wu Yang, and there goes the Wu Yang ult. I think he just threw it, yeah. There goes D.Va.
Ooh.
They might be able to 1v1 the They just 1v1 the Ana. Wait a minute, this point is still kind of pure. Wait. We have just a Maga facing off against Squishies, but unfortunately the Genji was able to do something. But there goes the bleed on the Tracer. Alright. Marywood needs to be able to get this point, be able to have a semblance of a possible chance to take this into overtime. To possibly keep them alive here in the finals. We'll just have to see what they end up deciding to do here. They did force them off of the, Widow, which is nice. Oh, there goes the Ana. They do kill the Ana here. Honestly, they get the Ana here. They get her down. Unfortunately, though, the rest of Marywood kind of died with that. So, we'll see what Maga does here. Maga's probably just going to try and sustain and get away.
Nope.
But unfortunately, yeah, D.Va's just going to eat all of the bullets, and he's not going to be able to sustain long enough. Yeah, right now, Marywood just needs to kind of come together, get one final push here. Unfortunately, Stevenson has kind of figured out the strat, which is basically just to eat all the bullets. Because, yeah, that's kind of just what you need to do. Also, sleep. Yeah. Honestly, we're going to probably see a Riptire here pretty soon once they push in.
Oh!
Wow, what a pop shot there by the Junkrat. That is amazing, by the way. That was a great prediction. There's going to be Blade. There's going to be Blade. And there goes half the team.
Yeah, they're having fun.
Yeah, they're having fun at the end of the day. And that's unfortunate. And that's just an unfortunate Genji Blade right there towards the end. Again, we have one more chance here by Marywood to possibly take it to the end and possibly extend this match, possibly, and maybe get the win here and take the map. Who knows? All right, but they get one more push here. They will get one more push. They basically do not have any ults online, so they're just running on fumes.
They're running on Jetpack Cat.
They're running on fumes. And unfortunately, down goes the Jetpack Cat on fumes. And it looks like with this, they are going to step on point to just extend it. They might get the D.Va down here, actually. Yeah, D.Va down. And down goes Maga. Unfortunately, went too far in. And I do not think Marywood will have... And they do have Jetpack Cat to touch. But I think as long as they get the Sombra here, that is going to be it for Marywood. As they're going to go down in the finals here. 4-1. Again, they ended it on a good note. They wanted to have fun. They wanted to try something. It did work for the first point.
That was a good game.
That was really funny. It did work for the first point. But again, you make adjustments. It's going to eventually work out for Stevenson, and that's what they did.
Yeah, this
again,
was
a great game. A great game played by Stevenson, and congrats to them on their finals win. And hopefully they will enjoy it and be able to celebrate them. But again, for Marywood, it is not exactly an awful thing that they lost. They made it to the finals. They were able to make it to the finals in nationals after winning the regional finals literally not that long ago. Like what? Like almost a month ago?
Maybe.
So Yeah, maybe like 3 weeks, maybe, who knows? But like, again, Marywood did a great job. They had an impressive season all around because this was one of their best seasons to mark, by the way, because both Gold Team did well, Green Team won the regionals, and also just a bunch of our other esports teams in generals have done really, really, really well for themselves as well.
Yeah.
And also, not to mention the fact that in December, Gold Team also won regional finals. So
yeah.
It's an insane thing. This was a great year for Marywood Esports, but unfortunately, with this, it brings Marywood Esports to the end for this final year. It brings it to an end, and this is I'm pretty sure this is it because this is it. So with this, the team is going to look a lot different because we're going to be losing Mason, aka Maynut, unless he decides to come back for graduate, which I don't know I don't think he can play for graduate. I don't know.
You can or not. But,
who knows? Well, then he might come back. You never know. But and then we also will possibly be losing Cell, aka Charlotte, as well. At the end of this fall.
The team's gonna look different, but they cut the same heart.
Yes. Again, they got very good energy, though. Like, the young core that has been built up to win this regional finals for the first time in Green's history is really good, and it's looking really bright. So hopefully they can just build off this. Exactly. They have good experience
for the rest of their years.
So hopefully we can kind of see a nice little, new start for Marywood Esports, and a new generation of Marywood Esports players coming in here. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what Marywood gets up to next year. Most likely I will probably be casting some games when I can next year as well, because I think I still want to support, my Marywood community even after graduation.
Of course,
I love the esports program. So so I'll probably be still around. I'll probably be casting and stuff. I might share photos if I end up doing, because I'm going to be going into my co-op by the time I talk to you chat next. I will probably be in my co-op, and I'll probably be working like a full-time job in like a research department probably. So I'll probably be sharing whatever So I'll probably be sharing whatever I can, when I get back. We'll kind of, see what happens in the next season once it comes around the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, alrighty. Well, give me 1 second.
No problemo.
Yeah, we're just asking if anybody wants to come on the mic. It's looking unlikely.
Yeah, probably not, because again, they probably want to just enjoy,
Yeah,
I'm there.
They're having fun. Hey, that last round was pretty fun to watch, even with
it was. I think that's fun.
It was a really fun match.
I love the fact that it worked. I love the fact that they were able to get a point just purely off vibes, and I love that for them. That was good. That was a great thing to see.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, they had fun. We all had fun here. Congratulations, Stevenson, on the win. You guys did an amazing game today. Amazing plays all around. We wish you luck in your season next year and in all the years ahead. Everybody played wonderfully. And congratulations, Marywood, on making it all the way to second place in the Nationals. That is awesome. We've only ever done that once before in Rocket League, so we're looking pretty hopeful for the future. Everything's going to be great. And with that, I think we're going to sign off.
Yeah, I think that's a good point to sign off.
Alrighty. Well, you'll be seeing us both again in the future. Don't worry.
Definitely. Definitely. We're definitely still going to be here casting for Overwatch when we need to. So.
Oh, yeah. See, esports is addicting. You just can't get rid of it, Yeah.
That is true.
Like, to quote Hannah in the chat, Don't be sad because it's over. Be happy because of Jolly Junkrat.
Jolly Junkrat. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful quote. I need to hang that up.
Beautiful quote to end off on. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching this 2025 to 2026 season of Overwatch. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Parents, everybody who has supported. You have been amazing. And we will be seeing you. Oh?
All right.
Okay. We'll see
you guys
in the next video.
See you next
Bye-bye.
year.